Hello and welcome to It Was a Movie. This is Colin.
This is Niall.
This is Masters of the Universe from 1987. Runs for 1 hour and 46 minutes. Not rated very well. 5.4 on IMDb, 21% Rotten Tomatoes, Metacritic 35, Letterboxd 2.5 out of 5, which is sort of average. Budget was 22 million and it brought in 17.3 million, so it lost $4.7 million. So it has a cast and crew. It certainly had a cast and crew. It was a movie.
It definitely had people. There was probably a script written at some point as well.
I didn't read the trivia for it on IMDb, did you? I forgot to.
I did not. I was so annoyed by the movie. I was like, I'm off.
Yeah.
I'm done.
I have I have a little nugget here that might interest you for reasons why the movie is not good. So Gary Goddard, the director, it's his only feature film, and he is a theme park designer who somehow got a job as a movie director for this, and I don't know why. He's made some good stuff for Universal Studios, but that's kind of it.
Stick to your day job, Gary.
Yeah, and so you mix that up with Dolph Lundgren as He-Man, who we've seen already in Rocky IV.
Quality leading actor.
Yeah, Courtney Cox from Friends. We have...
Don't be such a Monica.
Yeah, we have Lieutenant Paris from Voyager, Robert Duncan McNeil himself.
Tom Paris. Fantastic.
I was surprised to see him pop up in this.
I forgot Strickland was in this as well.
James Tolkien from Back to the Future. Principal Strickland.
Come here, you slackers. And he's got a shotgun in Back to the Future 2, I think. So
there you go.
Same character. Running around with a shotgun. It's fantastic.
So, and we've got Meg Foster who plays Evil Lynn. You get that?
I wanted to do that. Damn you.
Sorry. And then Billy Barty plays Gwildor, who took the place of Orko from the comic.
I wrote that down. It really annoyed me. I don't know why.
Of course, he was in Willow.
He was the wizard.
Okay. It's interesting because Bill Conti composed the music for this, and he's an Oscar winner. He's done Rocky, did For Your Eyes Only, The Right Stuff, and the music in this is terrible.
Shocking. Really shocking.
It's like a rip-off.
The first few minutes of the music, the intro is just pants.
Yeah, it's very much, here's a paint-by-numbers book on how you make a sci-fi adventure theme.
Yeah.
Visual effects guy, Richard Edlund, he's 4-time Oscar winner. He's got Star Wars under his belt, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Ghostbusters.
Wow.
The effects in this movie were pretty bad.
Yeah, I think nobody expected this movie to be any good, so they just went with that. It's a paycheck for a lot of people, I think.
I hated the part of the movie where the soldiers were on the flying disc things because they were just copy and pasted on top of the movie. Basically, it was very bad.
The transports and stuff as well. I'd like to mention those. This movie is nothing but a vehicle to sell toys for Hasbro. That's all it ever was, and the transport was the main thing they were trying to sell. With Skeletor sitting on
Skeletors. It was quite hilarious how bad it was done. I love
that's
the
what
way
they were trying to sell, though. That's all they had in mind with this movie is toy sales, and it feels like it.
Yeah, but they didn't have that panther dude either. The tiger, the green and yellow tiger. Remember that from the cartoon?
Oh, it's not War Cat. Damn it.
Sorry, don't remember. But that's
something Cat.
That's what I remember from the cartoon.
He's
but
a coward until the sword comes out, and then he's Battle Cat.
Oh yeah. Now I remember. Yeah, but I'm sure it would have been horribly bad, difficult to do it with the budget.
No, wait.
That's Thundercats.
Much better cat, Thundercats.
Yeah. Well, the plot of this storyline is Eternia is where He-Man and Skeletor hang out. Skeletor's basically come along. We're jumped into this end of this war where he sees Castle Grayskull. He's got the sorceress, and He-Man, Man-at-Arms, Teela, and they bump into Gwildor along the way, and they attempt to rescue, and it gets convoluted with a musical fucking accordion.
Gwildor, or whatever his effing name was, is the Keymaster. And
Yeah.
the key device teleports you anywhere you want in the universe, which is handy.
Yeah.
By playing a little tune.
Yes. And so they find themselves on Earth,
Exciting.
basically. And hilarity ensues, but not really.
Oh, look. There's an alien there. Let's go talk to it. Moo. Oh, look at them talking to the cow. It's funny. This is where we laugh, right?
Let's get into the characters then before we take it apart a lot. So my problem with this movie is He-Man, obviously Dolph Lundgren can't act for shit, but in fairness to him, they don't give him any sentences to say for the entire movie. Also, you remember his phrase from the cartoon?
I have the power.
Correct.
Power,
he says it once.
La.
He has no power throughout this entire movie. They make him just be this standard action hero. He's supposed to be the strongest in the world. Exactly.
He shoots people.
And then they send 4 mercenaries down to Earth, and he's like battling the swords with them, and he's kind of finding it difficult. He's supposed to just chop through everybody. He's the He-Man. He's got power.
Most of those guys he shoots as well.
Yes, he grabs the gun and just pews everybody. He doesn't get enough agency in this movie.
He doesn't feel like He-Man.
No.
And when he is using the sword, like if we compare this to, say, Arnie Schwarzenegger in his barbarian role, he properly actually wields a sword. He does a bit of physical acting, and it feels like he's fighting with a sword. This is like poke, sparks.
Well, that's the thing. The first fight he has with the black uniformed soldiers.
Yes, they're all dressed like space Nazis.
Yeah, they're all Darth Vader type. But the problem with that is when you come from costume design, I can't tell you what they look like. It was all very dark, and I can't tell what sort of visor they had, what sort of I couldn't even buy one of those outfits.
You couldn't. Yeah, in terms of toy sales, terrible move.
Yeah, I just couldn't.
They're not intimidating.
And I watched this in very high quality, and Skeletor's nose is just painted on.
4K was a mistake.
Yeah. It's not even, they're not holes, they're paint. It's paint. How are you breathing, Skeletor?
Yeah, breathing through his mouth, obviously. He's a mouth breather.
He is. All right, He-Man, that's what we have issues with. He's really not given anything, and he's not a good actor, Dolph Lundgren. Man-at-Arms.
He's a nothing burger.
He's a nothing burger. I can't really tell you anything about him apart from he's the father of Teela.
Yes. Teela runs around in very tight clothes. That's her job.
Yes. So Man-at-Arms and Teela really just blend into each other, and they're just there just to tell He-Man he's an idiot. They don't, but they should.
They should.
Yeah, and then Gwildor probably has the most character. In fairness, he's annoying, but he has the most character in the movie.
No Gwildor, no story. He is the movie.
It's weird, isn't it? That they focus the shift the focus over there.
To be honest, he's the only character, apart from maybe the guys playing Skeletor, who can actually act.
Correct.
It's an awful character, but he can act. Everybody else, yeah, even Tom Paris, very, very wooden. Courtney Cox,
yeah,
not great.
This gave Robert Duncan McNeil good practice for some of his terrible episodes in Voyager, where him and Janeway become slugs on that world.
It's right on that level, isn't it?
It is right on that level. Yeah. Let's mention Skeletor, because Frank Langella does it great. I think he's good in this movie. He just does it hammy, and that's fine. You're supposed to.
He needs more, though. I want him to be more evil. I want him to kill people. He does kill one person.
Who does he kill?
He kills one of the reptile fella with space lightning in his fingers.
Yeah, but he doesn't even do anything on Earth really. He just sits there, and when it becomes time for battles, he's just there in the background. Goes, get him, shoot there.
You're Skeletor. In the cartoon, he comes out with a sword and starts beating people around the place and his staff and stuff. He fights. Not this, he doesn't.
Yeah. No, he doesn't. He sits in the background. I hear there was lots of trouble with the production. There was no money. Mattel wasn't giving them money, and so they pretty much had to do the last battle, wing it with whatever. It was shit. It was a shitstorm.
What I really missed is the one thing I remember from the cartoons back in the day was Skeletor's voice. I loved it. It was like
Cackling.
wasn't like that at all. That feels like something
No.
you could lean into and just make him more cartoony.
Yeah, but the rest of the movie was dark and acted seriously. You know,
I know, which is
it's-
silly.
It's silly. It's He-Man. It's not a serious endeavor.
Camp it up more.
Yeah, like you have to.
It's
You have to
silly.
camp it up.
He's got his nipples out all the time. Camp it up.
Yeah, you already have the costumes, and even the costumes, like Man at Arms and Teela. Yeah, like they're
Disappointing.
They're flat.
Yeah.
Like Teela's in
Man at Arms in the
grey.
cartoon had greens and
Green,
yellows and stuff.
yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This and the Beast Man. Oh, he's just like somebody got some dog hair stuck in some guy. Some fake fangs from Halloween. Great.
Was he in the cartoon Beastman?
He was. As
Yeah,
was
he was-
Evelyn.
Oh yeah, I don't remember Evelyn. I remember She-Ra's He-Man's sister, right? She popped up from time to time and got a spin-off cartoon.
I don't know if they're brother and sister. They have some
Oh.
power or something. I don't know.
Let's have something.
I have a timeshare on the power, I think it is.
Yeah. Okay, you're dropped into Eternia, and then they head to Earth. Do you get all the exposition for what's happening in Eternia in that first section of the movie, or
Nope.
did you give a shit?
I didn't care. I didn't care. World building is empty. It's a desert. Eternia looks like a desert
Yes.
with one castle.
With a dodgy castle. We see one room in the castle.
Yeah, and Gwildor, whatever the hell his name is, he's the only person who has a house on the whole
he's got
planet,
a-
as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
Aside from that, there's nothing to fight over. And then halfway through the movie, Skeletor's slagging people off, or He-Man off about even his friends on Earth. Well, it's crap there. There's nothing there. Dude, look out the window.
Stay.
It's empty. God.
But he can be master of the universe, though. He can go to any
Yes.
planet he wants then, I guess, with the accordion box of justice.
Yeah, his powers never felt masterful, though.
No.
If you're the strongest being in the universe and all you can do is shoot a little bit of lightning, that can't even stop some lad with a sword.
Like, it's true. Like, at the end of the movie, when he transforms into his god-like presence, he gets a lot of gold shit, but then He-Man sort of battles him, and he's fine. It's like, oh, okay. So what was that all big hullabaloo about?
Yeah,
Nothing.
if He-Man can beat him in his god mode, why didn't he just do it at the start?
Yeah, and also, why didn't He-Man kick the shit out of everybody he met in 1 second? If he could put up his dukes with God Skeletor, then he should
know,
be
'cause
fine.
It's actually harder for him to win at the end than it is when he turned up at the first point when they ran away.
Mm.
So I
Yeah.
don't understand why the movie happened. It just feels like just have to fight now. 5 minutes in, okay, you won. Hey,
Hey, 5 minutes movie. All right, so let's talk about Earth when they get down there. Comedic diner joint where Gwildor eats chicken. Did you find that interesting?
not particularly. No.
We are introduced. We are introduced to Julie and Kevin, Courtney Cox, and Mr. McNeil. What do you think of them? So we find out that Julie's lost her parents, and Kevin's a musician, and she's leaving because she's had enough of boring Duncan
It's weird
McNeil.
though, because she keeps going on about dumping Kevin. I'm done with Kevin, but I
At the
love Kevin, but
start.
I'm dumping Kevin. At
Mm.
the start, I'm like, what is it? Do you like him? Do you not like him? You're leaving because of what? Because your parents died, but also I don't like Kevin, but I love Kevin. What's going on?
Yeah, it's really weak and very thin, and then shit goes down, and the aliens, the mercenaries, come down to try and pick up this music box that Kevin has started jamming on, and they sort of they forget all about their. Well,
I love.
Julie forgets
love-
everything about it and wants us to in love with Kevin still.
Yeah, straight away. Like, I love it when they start playing music on the music box and he presses the big red button and then lights start coming at the top. And he's like, oh, look at that, cool. Not, oh my God, I'm probably being hit massive amounts of radiation. Why is there lights burning plasma into the air? No. Run away from that, dude.
Yeah. It's
It's-
weird.
Yeah, I would run from that damn thing.
You know what the problem is? It should be an epic movie. Like if you camp it up, that's fine. If you don't camp it up, that's fine too. But you need to have epic sets. What we have is a dingy throne room on Eternia. We have a gym.
Yeah.
We have some form of backstage at a gym where another fight happens. Then we have a music store.
Yeah. So they rented
and a roof.
They rented a function room for 2 scenes in this. Oh, that's great. That's cheap. Well done. They smashed up a crappy music store. Set fire to a few synthesizers.
Yeah, guitars. Yeah.
Yeah, there is no character to the world that's built around it. Like Earth looks like a collection of sets.
And not epic. Like give me Grand Canyon, give me I don't know, a massive set. You know what the issue is as well? When all the shit goes down and they're rolling down the road or whatever, where are the people? Where is everybody? They're rolling.
Great question. There's explosions and stuff, and nobody looks out the window. There's not even a curtain twitcher.
It's dead. The Earth is dead. And then at the end, the cops come because Detective what's his butt
Strickland.
Lubick, Detective Strickland gathers them all, but they were nowhere to be seen for the entirety of the movie, and no people were around Earth.
He says to him, right, okay, I need backup. He runs off, gets the cops, comes back, and he sees the aliens and goes, okay, there's the aliens. You guys stay there. I'll go in.
Yeah, you didn't need to.
Why did you get the backup?
Yeah.
He wants people to see him do cool stuff. That's what he wants.
Yeah. Did you, so like thinking about it, I'm guessing it was just a cheap choice to then not, and maybe make people familiarize themselves having a sort of foundation of Earth part of the movie as opposed to having it all on Eternia. But why not just keep it on Eternia and make cities there and make a sort of guerrilla warfare type movie in Eternia? But it looks like a desert planet. Yeah, you could. So make it interesting. There's supposed to be
cities and stuff on that planet, I would imagine. So let's have a look at that.
Yeah,
do something.
I'm sure during the hundreds or dozens of cartoons that were made, I'm sure Eternia is shown in that series. So build on that. We don't need to go to Earth. So. If you need Earthlings, use the bloody key thing just to transport random strangers like Julie and Kevin onto thing, and they have to find their way around with He-Man on Eternia.
It does feel like an 80s thing, though, where they needed to include people from Earth just to ground it so that we could feel associated with it. But as you said, the He-Man, the show, never went to effing Earth.
Didn't need to.
Don't need to. It's a fantasy world. Let's stick with that.
Yeah, even Star Trek in the 80s went back to Earth, right? Went back in time or went to present day Earth to save the whales or whatever.
One episode or another, yeah.
Yeah, but the movie, Star Trek, whatever,
Star Trek the whale movie.
Yeah, Star Trek Save the Whales. Yeah. It's the one where Spock does the punk rocker on the neck in the bus because he's playing his music loud. That's the only scene I remember. So yeah, they get this. So the mercenaries, including Beastman and 3 other ones that I can't remember, they all look
Blade.
the same.
What's he do? He's got a sword. Oh,
he's got 2 blades, but he fights He-Man and puts up a good fight. At some point, it's like, okay, a normal mercenary can fight He-Man. That's illogical and not what He-Man is. Sorry.
Yeah, he's supposed to be some sort of super-powered beast dude. He's got the sword. That's the thing that gives him the power. Use the effing sword. Have the power. Zap people with it.
No, that's just a normal sword.
I'll take a gun, shoot you with it. Sword's useless.
He has a gun 80% of the movie in the fight scenes, and it's just not on. Really bad directing. Really bad. So there is a battle at the high school gymnasium with He-Man because he pops. They all pop back. They find the gym, and for some reason, I don't know why they find the gym. He-Man and his crew.
Kevin played some tunes in the gym, and he ran off to go talk to Gary or something. Try and sell it.
The Music Man, yeah. Anyway, they find it, and that's where the mercenaries fight with He-Man, and it's a load of bullshit.
Yeah, the car park.
They run away because then Man-at-Arms and Leela comes back. Tila, whatever her name is.
Oh, we're outnumbered. No, you're not. You're winning.
Retreat. Yeah. So yeah, they stick around, and wait for nonsense to happen.
And nonsense does happen. It's absolutely
Mm.
nonsense the
Well,
whole way.
yeah. So what about Detective Lubeck? He's actually a good enough actor. He does what he needs to do. He's annoying and plays the
He's
policeman.
Mr. Strickland. He's the same character. Wait, listen, I like Mr. Strickland. I like how he doesn't like kids.
So they have their end battle in the music room, the music shop. We don't miss any scenes, right? I didn't miss any scenes. Miss any? No.
There's faffing around. Gwildor or Gidgish or whatever his name is turns up with a car.
Yes, in about 10 minutes,
reasons.
He has adapted it to be a very fast car.
Yeah,
there's one point in the movie where things are happening. I can't remember, but we constantly see the outside of the car just racing along the streets. I think it's when we're in between, like Kevin talking to Lupic or whatever.
Yeah,
Lubitsch.
Strickland.
Yeah, Strickland. So yeah, I mean, it's just weird. So we have this music shops battle.
I love this because they keep the Earthlings in the back room and they go out to fight. Yes. These are master tacticians, right? These are generals of an army, and they don't bother securing the back door.
He-Man, he's dumbass.
Yeah, well, you got Man-at-Arms. He's supposed to be the general of the army. Teela's supposed to be a master tactician and all this jazz. And they just all walk out the front door to fight the guys at the front and don't bother looking at the back. That's when Evelyn does her thing.
Well, exactly. But my problem with that is, and I'm guessing one thing that happens during that fight annoys you too, but the problem is they put Teela in the back and say, "You sling your rook, love. Look after the human beings. We don't need you at the front. We're just going to pew them all." He-Man's there behind a stack of amps with a gun. Where's your sword, mate? That gives you the power.
Oh yeah, it's a fair point. It's just zapping people again.
Yeah.
Why do you have the sword?
He's He-Man. He's just, the problem is that this director didn't treat him as He-Man. He just treated him as an Arnold Schwarzenegger type dude who's just normal and has a big sword.
Yeah, but
which annoys me then at the last battle, which I'll get to in a few seconds. But I hated so, I don't know why, but Teela goes out the front and she breaks the fourth wall. Woman at arms. To the camera.
Yeah.
She looks at the camera, right?
Because she shot some dude that Man-at-Arms couldn't hit or something like that.
Yeah.
Or something like nonsense like that and goes, woman at arms.
Woman at arms.
Yeah, great gag. Great gag.
I can hear cinemas back in the 80s booing.
Yeah, it's not great.
No.
There's no redeemable quality. The damn effing synths were being shot, and there's just like a small gas fire on the side of the synth. Doesn't explode. Doesn't do anything. It just goes slightly on fire and then goes out.
No, it's terrible.
If these are space weapons from a space planet with space things, I want shit exploding left, right, and center. You can't hide behind an amp. It's made of a little bit of fabric and a tiny bit of wood. You're dead.
The absurdity that the second to last battle of the movie, or the last battle on Earth, is in the confines of a music shop is ridiculous. Like, think a bit bigger, please. You did have a budget that was quite large.
Yeah. I have
for
no idea
an
where
80s
the money
movie.
went.
Just cocaine habit, maybe.
Need to be on something to watch this.
To make it, yeah. So yeah, they sort of, you want to explain Evil Lynn's little trick she does then? Don't spend too much on it.
Evelyn, she sneaks up the back passage. She turns into Courtney Cox's, I can't even remember. I'm not going to bother trying to remember.
Julie.
Kevin's girlfriend's mum. Julie, I'm not dead, love. Me and your dad gone off work for government. Safe secret, couldn't tell you. Anyway, kiss the big shiny jobbo and it'll all be grand, eh?
Go get it for us, Chuck.
Julie goes in and gets it like an absolute muppet. That's
hugs
that
her
scene.
mum, and her mum turns into Evelyn.
No, Meg
No.
Foster. Good job,
So
Meg.
yeah, so she runs off, and then just becomes this stupid chase through the town onto the top of a very small roof as well. Again, I found it very funny when Skeletor comes through on his transporter, as you could say. But then the camera is on the roof with the group of people, and then we just see him rising up. Just pops up, and he's just there sitting on his throne in his transport room, just waiting for it to
Chilling.
fully appear up from the roof while they're having a conversation.
Why did he even bother turning up for this scene?
I don't know why he turned up. He didn't do anything.
He just sat there.
Yeah.
By the way, buy this, you little kids. Get your parents to buy this transporter.
No, from Mattel. The transporter. Skeletor's transporter.
It was Mattel, not Hasbro, wasn't it? Yeah.
I believe it was Mattel, yeah. Well, the thing about it is, kids would buy the cartoon toys, not this, because they're not colorful. They're not. The transporter was in full darkness at nighttime. We don't know what it looks like.
You had a couple of things where people shoot things at the side.
Yeah, with the dark
Very, very
costumed
fancy
soldiers that we couldn't see either. Anyway, they take him away in chains. So he gets back, and then the rest of the crew is here. Back in Eternia, Skeletor pulls a little famous one-liner on him. He goes, "Hey, I have the power, and I pity you." Boo.
Boo. Yeah. Boo.
Yeah, he wants to get him to kneel, but then Blade Boy is like whipping him with a red lightning rod, and then that's supposed to be hurting him as well. Yeah, it looks like licorice. Back on Earth, Kevin's reverse engineering along with Goblin Boy, the cosmic key, and they open the portal back to Eternia. And then this is when the last fight is.
The only difference between the force they turned up with versus the force they were there was Mr. Strickland. So I think Mr. Strickland won the war.
He's the hero. Well, he does shotgun a bunch of them.
Yeah, he's the only one who can actually shoot.
Yeah, but like that's the thing as well, right? So it's the same theme through the entire movie. Our crew of heroes are stuck in this corner of the throne room, and they don't move. They're just there going pew 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 pew, and that's the only thing that we have. There's no movement whatsoever. There's no grand scale to the fight. He-Man's up there on the center stage, and he gets his sword out, and for the first time in the movie, in the last 10 minutes, I have the power.
There we go. Why didn't he start with that?
Can he only do it once a day or something? Is that those credits? Like
he has to recharge.
Yeah, it was recharging in Skeletor's throne.
That's what that was. It was a wireless charging dock.
Yeah, it's just a little...
damn it! I didn't got that.
Yeah. That's why he said, "Oh, I have the power now."
No, it's
charged. I was waiting all movie.
Sweet.
Thanks, Skeletor.
With Bluetooth enabled, you're screwed now.
He chucks him off the edge, a la Darth Vader.
Oh no! See, this is the one scene that annoys me the most, because as he's going over the edge, Skeletor screams, which is appropriate because you've been thrown off into a void.
Yeah. Hans Gruber-esque.
His mask, his mouth is shut as he's screaming.
Oh, really? I didn't notice.
And I watched it back. I was like, his mouth's still shut. It drove me absolutely insane. Really hard for someone to scream with a mouth shut. I'm just going to put that out there. Even Skeletor.
Well, he breathed through his painted nostrils, so he can scream through a closed mouth.
I suppose that is true. That's part of the power that he got from the universe.
Yeah, he was a god. He was a golden god. The helmet
that
was
can
pretty
be killed
cool.
by a slight fall. I'm a god. Oh, fall.
Aha! But they had confidence in this movie. Post credits, all the credits roll, and at the end, his head pops up from the pink goo and goes, "I'll be back," and freeze frames on him.
I didn't wait.
I didn't wait either, but I read it today, so I just watched it now just to see how corny it was, and it's very corny.
So they took getting sequels.
Oh, yeah, the director was
Gotta wait till now
cocaine.
sequel.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure it'll be a bit better, this one that's come out, but still probably bad.
Yeah, I don't think it takes much to improve upon this. This actually. What was the last movie I watched again? Oh, dang.
Why do we do this?
I can't remember now, but it was awful as well. And I was. It's a game. Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat was better than this. And I effing hated that.
They're very similar. I might actually give similar ones. I might give Direction 0 for this, but I'm thinking it'll be quite similar. I like Langella as Skeletor. He's good.
Okay.
I like him.
Yeah, but there's nobody else really. There's nobody that I like. Strickland, but he's a nothing burger as well. He's kind of irrelevant. He's in it for 30 seconds.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. We forgot to mention they send Julie and Kevin back to Earth. And she's like, yeah, sorry, we forgot this important part. And I was like going, why don't you say you want to go back before your parents were killed in that plane crash? But then she's like going and go, blah, blah, blah.
But
Gwildor sends them back, and he was clever. He said,
he knew, even though she'd never told him.
No.
And what I love is, just going by 80s logic and 80s time travel logic, going back in time to save your parents from dying in a plane crash, with the knowledge that your parents die in a plane crash, creates a paradox, and that ends the universe. So Gwildor destroyed the universe more than Skeletor ever could have. Good work. He was the evil one all along.
He looks it. And,
he does.
But to be honest with you, as we said, characters that have the depth are Gwildor, Skeletor, and that's about it. There's nobody else that has a lot of depth in this movie.
And to say that Gwildor's depth is quite a stretch. For this movie, he's amazing.
Yeah.
That's beside Dolph Lundgren with his snips out.
Is really, really bad.
Yeah, he feels like he's reading them, the lines off a card in front of him.
Yeah, and even when he's saying lines, it's just like, I don't believe you know what you're saying. I don't believe you understand what the actual sentence is you just said.
Up and at them. Up and at them.
Oh, that's one thing I remember. He's so gropey with Julie when he gets to her, constantly hugging her and caressing her and lifting her up. And even at the end, when she goes towards the throne, he's got his arm around her. It's like, what the hell are you doing? And then she's hugging him goodbye. You don't even know the fucking idiot.
I wouldn't go near him with all that man flesh poking out.
Right, like I really noticed though when she hugged him at the end, her mouth was like really close to his nipple. It's like, that's
it was like,
uncomfortable.
No.
Yeah. Not good.
No, it's and like a movie I would compare this a little bit to would be like Flash Gordon, but there's a lot of nudity and stuff, but it never felt as that.
Yeah.
If you get me, like this gives you the ick. Whereas Flash Gordon's kind of like, oh, that's a bit raunchy, but okay. This is just unintentionally off-putting.
Let's just go straight into grading our plot. That's the one thing I just thought about. So He-Man is Prince Adam in normal life. He's never Prince Adam in the movie.
He's always He-Man. There's no duplicity. There's no Superman-style thing.
We can fix this movie again.
Where's my Battle Cat?
The entirety, 80% of the movie should be him as Prince Adam because his sword isn't working on Earth because it's out of range of Bluetooth or whatever. And that gives us the flexibility for him just to have those fights with the mercenaries. I know we want to see He-Man fight, but let's see him fight at the start on Eternia, not fight on Earth, and then fight in Eternia again.
I don't want to fight to a standstill like he does in this, where he doesn't win, doesn't lose in any of the fights. I want him to get his ass handed to him repeatedly until he eventually gets a Bluetooth connection.
Yeah. He needs to be a fragile character until he gets, yes. And he gets humbled.
In a movie. Yes, absolutely.
It's humbled on Earth.
Everything's taken. It starts off super powerful. Nobody can stop him.
Yeah, big battle at the start, but he gets run over. He gets overrun. He has to fucking leg it with
Skeletor takes his cheese or takes his lunch money, something like that.
Yeah.
Earth, beaten up by locals. Love it.
Yeah.
And then he has the power because Bluetooth's back on.
And you know what happens on Earth? He lands in a panther's den in a zoo. And that's where he finds Battle Cat. And just because he's got this weird, he's got some sort of aura about him, and somehow Battle Cat gets a little bit of power and starts talking to him. Says, "All right,
Oi, oi.
you come with me." Then when he comes back, he brings back Battle Cat through the window of the fucking time machine, and he automatically then, when he does, I have the power with the sword, he turns into Battle Cat. The Panther turns into Battle Cat.
And I'd really like that Evelyn, when she gets to Earth, she turns into Evelyn and works in an office.
Yeah, for tax consultancy firm.
Exactly. Still evil.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. They could have tried to have a story here. Perhaps they should have. I know that you know what, the biggest issue is because they know the demographic they're targeting is, 10-year-old boys. They didn't bother writing a story. Oh, they won't get it. Like modern movies now, like kids' movies, are deep enough. Like sometimes Disney bother writing a story with an arc and peril. None of that here. There's no story. There's no levels. There's no nuance. It's just he's the guy with all the muscles and the sword. He's the good guy. Hang up.
Yeah, and he's constantly He-Man.
Yes.
Silly. 0.25 for plot.
Yeah, I'll join you there.
Yeah.
There is a story, so it has to get something.
It was a movie. Acting, as I've said, Frank Langella's Skeletor is the best thing about the movie. Could he have done more with it? Maybe, but I think he
could have cut some holes in his nostrils.
He could have said, "This looks stupid. So how can I breathe through this?" Dolph Lundgren's terrible. Courtney Cox and Lieutenant Tom Paris are
shocking.
They're cardboardy.
Yeah, they're irrelevant.
Yeah, James Tolkien's Lubick is kind of
good.
different.
Okay,
he stands out.
He does.
He's more interesting than He-Man, Man-at-Arms, and Teela.
Yeah, easily.
Gwildor is
nothing in it though. Like he's a 15-second character type thing.
Yeah, Gwildor is sort of, as we said, he's the most sort of interesting character because he's got weird stuff. He eats chicken out of a KFC bucket and builds a car off screen. And
I would have liked to see him build a car, 18 style,
18 style, yeah. Well,
didn't get that.
No. I think Langella enjoyed himself. I don't think Dolph Lundgren knew what was going on, and everybody else was just there for their paycheck.
Yeah.
So
shocking. Let's be honest.
Give it 0.25 for Langella.
I'll give it a half. I'm going to give it a half for Strickland's shotgun wielding.
Yeah. So Bill Conti did the score. He got his Oscar win for The Right Stuff before this, and he wanted to copy John Williams' Star Wars.
Sounds
blah blah blah.
Very much the same as in the first few riffs, and then just drops off a cliff. He's like, "Oh, I can't copy this anymore. Or I'll get fucking done."
I don't like it at all, and I don't really have anything to say about it.
I want to go with 0 on the music. It annoyed me immensely.
Oh, I can't give it 0 because
there's a good song in the middle. Okay, fair enough.
There's 2 pop songs.
There's a Jimi Hendrix in the.
That's
music
right,
shop.
in the music store. And when he's in the van, when they're in Tom Paris's van, it's that song from the 80s. It was really low, but it's like in the Delta Flyer. I knew what that song was. It was "Living in a Box," and I can't remember the name of the band. But I'm living in a box.
It was in a cardboard box.
Living in a cardboard box. That's right. And I was just like, I remember that song. So I'm giving 0.25.
Okay.
All right, direction. So Gary Goddard, he was basically set up to fail. I don't know why he got this job. Production was a nightmare. I don't know what the hell happened. I think it's the word I would use.
The set, the scenes, the set scenes that go through it, they're just all tacked together just to get it done. It doesn't feel like there was any vision here at all.
No. She made very bad choices with the script direction, and
he's a bad director and he should feel bad.
Yeah. That's right. Yes, he's still alive. He's 71 years old, and I think he's done other stuff.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so
Anything but directing.
he did all the sort of rides in like Jurassic Park and Tarzan the Ape Man and all that sort of rides at these theme parks.
He can direct those. That's fine.
No, he's had some allegations against him.
Oh, okay. Well, then he's a bad director, and he should feel bad. Let's leave it at that.
Yes, I think maybe he was. No, he had dropped his. Oh no, his lawsuits were all dropped against him. So okay, we can't talk anymore about it.
Yeah,
But I'll give direction 0 because
I'll
of
join
all
you on
that.
It's
Yeah.
It's not
He
great.
made some horrible decisions regarding the direction of this movie, and I'll never forgive him. Variety gave it 20. All elements are of epic proportions in this Conan Star Wars hybrid ripoff, based on the best-selling line of children's toys. Epitome of good takes on epitome of evil for nothing less than the future of the universe, and the result is a colossal bore. The highest is Chicago Tribune 63. Everyone knows how the battles will turn out. It's what's between them that raises Masters of the Universe ever so slightly above the mediocre.
What's between them is talking to a cow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to some 1-star reviews from Letterboxd from the more funnier people than us. Someone said Frank Langella's trying his best, man.
He certainly is.
Somebody said 5 stars for Skeletor, -4 stars for Gwildor. So this is why 8-year-olds shouldn't direct movies. Yeah, I'll just drop it there, and then maybe somebody gave it 5 stars. Some weirdos. Yeah, see, this is the thing about Letterboxd. It's like so meta. Like some people go, one of the best movies ever, and not mean it at all.
Yep.
Over the top costumes and 80s synth. Wait or more of this, please. So you don't get a lot of clever reviews when it comes to 5-star. The meat of the funny reviews are in the 1-star reviews.
Yeah, you want people cutting stuff to shreds, so they're always more fun.
Yeah.
Humorous.
Yeah. Alrighty. That is Masters of the Universe. If you have not liked us and subscribed to us or commented on our episodes on any platform, please do so now. And yes, it was a movie. We'll see you on the next It Was a Movie podcast. Cheerio.
Ta-ra.